Hi guys, Susanna here. Well, I'm here with my promised video that I was going to do a tutorial on this piece. In one of my last videos where I showed new products that I had on my stall, I was lucky enough to find probably about 17 or 18 of these. Sold a couple, and I thought I'd better do the tutorial on making one. It's sort of going to probably get popped in one of these, and I'm going to do some painting today, but we've also got you know, like the beautiful embroidery that I do. Like, it looks very boring at the moment. I'll show you some pictures. That's the type of thing that you can do, you know, like there's the rose. Got just gorgeous. Here's a spring garland. You got bits and pieces here, you work on it. Yeah, that sort of thing. I don't think I'm going to go quite like that, but I don't mind it quite like that. So I'll have my embroidery stitches, and I think there's bullion. It's in alphabetical order, so I'll go to bullion knot roses. You can even do cast on roses if you want, but the bullion knot roses, yeah, see, that sort of thing, or roses like that. I'm probably more likely to do those type. So so today I've got my watercolor paints out. If you want, you can use your ink tints, and you just, you know, where are we? Field green. You know, you just sort of colour in like that, and then you activate it with the water. I may use that actually. I'll take off my glasses. So that's the field green. Because it's smaller, I could probably use this to activate it, and then I'm going to, I think some of these on the bottom, yeah, I think they're pansies. Ooh, yes. So that is going to be interesting. Where's my pansy? I might, okay, I'm going to use some of this and do a really pretty base for the pansies. Okay. Little pansies on the bottom here. There you go. So when you see, you think you're seeing leaves, but they're actually pansies. So I'm going to do purpley pink on the bottom. Actually, probably those three leaves. That's what they usually have. And then I'm going to do purple on the top. Hopefully my head is not too far in the way. Looks like this is a bottom half of one, so we'll colour in that. And same with here. There we go. And then looks like some buds. There we go. And then we're going to do, bring that over here, this purpley colour. So here's, hopefully that's in camera, I think it's that one. On the top. And then we're going to have yellow in the middle. So I'm not going too close. Doesn't have to be too done. Add a little bit of purple to this too. Okay, and then a little bit of purple on the top there. Sorry if my head is in the way, which it very well might be. Oh, here we go, got a bit of purple there too. So I've just used a tiny little brush, and I want to sort of blend it in. I might even put a little bit of purple. Oh, that light's going nuts. Hopefully it won't go off on me if I touch it. It can. There goes my my iron. Okay, and then a little bit of purple on there. So I'm not sure what colour. I'll probably do pinky roses. Now, in the centre, we're going to have a bit of yellow. So because they have yellow in the centre of these babies. Okay, now continue on with colouring in here, and what I might do is probably put a bit of watercolour. There we go, looking cute already. Now, might have a little bit of this green mixed with that green that we're going to put in between. Probably a bit too bright. I might add a little bit more of that other green. Now, activate these. This is why we need a tiny brush. Excuse the quite windy. And I'm not too worried if it's going to bleed or not. So I'm using a mixture of the watercolour paint and the Inktense. I've got the roof of the old shed which needs to come off. Okay, I'm going to add just a little bit of green around the bottom here and in here. And because that's bleeding there, I'm just going to go around the outside as well. It's always insinuating. Now this looks like a big blobby mess, but it's all good. Okay, this is obviously leaves falling down. Now I'm going to use this same colour, but probably a bit darker. Just in here. I know it seems weird, but we're going to do the roses and the leaves and everything, and whatever gets missed will be done in the, I'll need green for the leaves. So we're just going to scatter some green. At least it looks not too bad in the meantime. That's probably a bit too bright for me. Might go in with a bit of this green here. This is my other palette. Needs a bit of darkening actually. I'll probably do that one. Just in spots. So it's not so darkening, not that bright. And I might do a little bit of darker here too, because it's sort of in the shadows a little bit. Okay, now, so just a blob. That's how these babies grow. Now, what are we going to do? I like the idea of a terracotta pot. So I'm going to do it in this colour here, which is that one. And this, what I'm spraying on here, sometimes people ask, it's just water to activate the paint. I'll add a little bit of that because I want it to be a bit more terracotta-y. So we're just going to paint it in. And it doesn't have to be fantastic because it's got shading. Where are we? Don't let me go too much. Soak it up, and I've got to get this little blob here. I don't really want that to be anything. Yeah, let the actual, pot do the work for you, because it's actually got shading in this, in the artwork. That'd be nice actually to do a bit of weaving. We're just going to do, just a bit of background colour, and then by the time we stitch over that, see, this is like a little stem stitch there. Oh my goodness, the leaves and the wind. It's quite windy out there. So, not a great deal of painting, and it looks really rough, but the magic comes when you do the stitching. Now, what I'm going to do is I'll drag this over to my iron. Look at some pretty colours, and get a bit of paper. So you grab a bit of paper, you put it on top of your work. My iron's just sitting next to me, and then you iron it. And it'll iron lighter because it's still wet. So, which is what we want. See, you iron some of it. So if you want things to be lighter, you just iron them in as is while it's still wet. But if you want it to stay dark, I'm going to do that. If you want it to stay dark, you leave it. So it's lightened up a bit, which is good. There we go. Now what I'm going to do is, I'll leave that. Actually, I wouldn't mind having a bit of a base, like a ground base. So whether we get a bit of that brown, and just add a little something, and I don't mind that you can, you sort of see it's not completely filled in. Tiny little bit of green to that, just to add a bit of colour. Just use what you've got. There we go. Okie dokie. You don't want it to be too full, just want it to sort of be washed a little bit. Okay, and speaking of washed, always wash up your the things before you close them. I won't do any more painting because you've got to remember background just to give us the colour. Close that up. Bit of background. I might just quickly iron that piece that I've just stitched. Okay, give it a bit of a clean, bit of yellow there. You can tell I've used this for a lot of green. It's got a green tinge to it, even though I try and wash it straight away, but it's paint, so it's going to leave a stain. Now, okay, I'll be back. Just going to quickly iron that tiny little bit on the bottom. Pretty. Got a bit of water over there and here. Okay, so we're still in camera. I might grab my my little, it's matte, which is over here with another piece. Okay, so we can take that off and put that on there. So we'll decide. What I might do today is just a small rose. Put that in the bin. And maybe decide where we're going to place these babies. Okay. And what we're going to do. Yep. I want to make sure that I'm still in camera. Possible you're not. Yeah, I do really like these little roses. I'm not that fussed on the. Okay, so I do like it, but I just think it looks a little formal. Like a little bit too formal. But oh, Mr. Page, I can always have a look at the information that they've got. Here we go. So the leaves are Lazy Daisy stitch and then bullion. Okay, so I thought the leaves, and so you sort of start and work your way, and so you got yourself, I don't want it to be that round, if you know what I mean. So we could probably start doing maybe some stem stitch, and I might, you know, do some stems on those, and I might do a greeny brown. These. That's probably going to work for my pansies, but that does not work. Okay. That probably works. Now, and I do like this. I was thinking that, and I've got a darker pink here somewhere, but this might be the right colours for my pansies. And then maybe, well, here's another darker colour. I'm tending to go for the wool, hey? Maybe I can have more purpley roses. Ooh, that's pretty. So do they have the dark on the inside? But we're going to do, I need a brown, a greeny brown. Okay, okay. Here we go. I'm going to a crafternoon thing this this afternoon, so a lot of my other ones are packed in my other stash. Should have thought of that before I started this. So I need a greeny brown. Is that the right colour? It's a variegated, which I don't mind. No. Or I can do a brownie variegated. Oh, this is nice. But I do like that. Is it going to match with the lighter colours? What about that one? Ooh. I'm thinking for the stem, I may go the darker colour, because it is sort of got a little bit of the brown in it. So, okay, in case you guys can go way up there. You guys can go up here. There we go. Have yourself a bit of room, and make sure not to spill my water over here. Clean my brush a bit. It's always good to clean up after yourself. Put these away. And find a needle. There we go. Because once again, I've got the needles in another holder. So we'll do this. So this will be the homework to begin with. I can't do the bullion rows. I'll be doing that probably in the next one. So I'll take the, I'll do a bit of homework, and then I'll take this with me to the afternoon probably. Actually, I've got to finish off some of my botanical beauties, so I'll probably take that. So, but this is just going to be, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do stem stitch, and I might start at the bottom and then probably just do a backing stitch so it's not as thick, because we want that to blend in the background. And with these, what I might do is keep some just in the colour of the paint, and then maybe just satin stitch some of them. So, you know, a bit of blending, and I'll do not maybe a backing stitch on that, because it's a bit thicker. So when we do the bullion knots and all that, I might put it in the hoop. Actually, I might even put it in the hoop now. It's always handy. Oh, I probably need to turn my iron off. Okay. At least you've got a bit of an idea where the framing's going to go. Need to loosen it. Oh my goodness. Just to get it over. Oh, and the poor thing has broken on me. Oh, seriously. Okay. Have it a little bit tightish. Okay. So I'm starting here, just above that pansy. I'm glad I realised they were pansies and not just flowers. So we're going to do a stem stitch. And I usually go back in that hole. Got my finger underneath. I didn't want to have it too tight, so that I've got a bit of give to be able to not do the you know, the general stab stitch where you got to go up and down, because this is so much faster. Okay, yeah, we're wanting a sort of a green, but a browny green. Yep. I can do it like that and then push that up. It does make it a little easier. Hopefully I'll be getting my glasses next week. That would be nice, and I'll be able to have my readers. And if you feel it's getting a bit sloppy, just pull it tight again, and I'll be able to do some of this work. Just reminds me, here we go, I need to take this with me and have a sip of my cup of coffee. Always good. Okay. So it's going to be fairly basic stitches. Back stitch. We're going to do bullion knots. If you don't like bullion knots, French knots are good too. Lazy daisy. Stem stitch. How to stuff up real easy. It's so much easier when I don't have to do it on camera. Okay, because you can bring it closer to you. Okay. You got to try and keep coming up at the same and going that way rather than coming out that way, because it will make it look different. Oh my goodness. Okay, I think it's probably a bit too long and twirly. Okay, what we're going to do now, see, it's trying to go the other way, is tighten it up again, because it's a bit of a bugger, likes to come undone. There we go. So I'm going to just do the last hole there of that stitch, and then with these I'll just do a back. Now if you're more of a stab stitcher, you would do these one at a time, but I like doing it like this. Just for me, I personally think it goes faster. So they're not as thick as you can see, which is what I want. Okay. We sort of want the back to look a little neat. So we're going to go across and then start here. We do that little twig there. Go down. So that's coming out, and then we will continue along here. So for this point, just let the picture guide you. Now, if you can't be bothered buying, you know, this little panel, which is on my website, it isn't that hard, as you can see. You can even get little pots, button pots. But yeah, this is a, you know, I've only got 14 of them, so, you know, some people will miss out anyway. But, you know, just do a little thing and just squiggly little lines. You know, pause it, take a screenshot and draw. It's not that hard. So just line like that. You know, leaves are really simple to draw, and maybe just do a little thing. You could probably do a weaving and do your own thing. It's just, it is nice and easy having a piece like this, but not impossible to do if you don't. So I just thought, since I had them, might be nice to do a little tutorial and have myself a cute little picture to hang up in my studio. I've still got to hang a few bits and pieces, but this is a nice small piece. I've also got another piece that I found, this beautiful tablecloth with these blue appliqued roses on them, and I'm like, oh, they are nice. And so I've made up some kits with that in there, but once again, you know, it's just a guideline, and I'm just going to go like that, because it'll be covered up with the flowers. See how it's a bit smaller, like it's not, what happened there? Is it a knot or something? Hang on a second. Excuse my head. What happened there? Don't know. I'm going to take it out. Doesn't look quite right. My head is probably definitely in the way. Is it fraying or something? Yeah, it doesn't look right. Might just pull it tighter. Let it go. Get this. Okay. Well, we are probably at, you know, a decent amount of time on camera. So we'll just turn it off, and you can do your homework, and I might, you know, do a video. The next one might be this again, just to, you know, keep you going. Okay. In camera. Yep. Looking cute already. It's amazing what a bit of paint will do. Yeah, I think it's just frayed. Oh well, it's going to get roses and stuff all over it anyway, so don't know what happened there. So we're just going to continue on doing our back stitch. It doesn't really take that long, and they don't have to be perfect in size, because it's going to be a background. Okay. Go this way. See, this is what they call stab stitch, where you do one at a time, which I'm doing for this. And then I'll go back up and do it that way. Because I personally think it's a bit faster. Okay, well, I'll finish this. Oh, seriously. This bottom bit here can get a bit knotted. Finish up to here, and then I'll turn it off and get back to stitching in the background. Okie dokie. So I'll go back down. Not that it's going to make any difference, it's going to be full of flowers. And come up through here. It gets done pretty quickly. Really, because it's not, it looks like calico, but it's not really calico, and I don't know what kind of, it's a cotton of some sort. Don't know what type of fabric. I might go back down here. Do a big long one, doesn't really matter. And I'm going to go across because that's going to be covered with roses, so you won't see it. Roses and leaves in the middle. So there we go. One long stitch, one shorter one. And going across. And coming back down. Pretty easy. Yeah, see, it's not as, see how it's not as thick? So, I like it when you've got a bit of a guideline to know where you're going. Okay, there we go. Okay guys, I'll just stop there and bring it up. Isn't that cute? And I'll see you in the next video. I do like that little background, and then you can do your little, you know, Sue's or whatever, because even though it's a design, it's still, everyone's is going to be different, because we've all got our stitching style, so you can put your little signature in the corner. I will catch you in the next video. Yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you do one, whether you get the kit, or not the kit, the pattern, or just draw out your own. Thanks for watching. Bye.